All right, hello there. Welcome back to another sketchbook tour featuring a new setup and sleeves. I realized last time that the camera angle I was at was absolutely atrocious. So I fixed that. We're still on my floor. You can kind of tell it's floor more this time. I got sleeves on because last time the angle I was filming at made me look like I had ginormous wrists, and I hated it. And I don't know why I didn't fix that sooner, but I didn't. So sleeves this time. But like wrist reveal, I have dainty wrists. So this is part 2. Yay! Hopefully I'll try not to make it as long as last time. It's just turned into podcast, I guess, podcast format. All right, so this is where we left off, I believe, on this page. This is where we left off. We've seen this. Nothing new. Great. Let's get moving. What do we have here? It's all upside down. Would you look at that? The thing about the sketchbook is I didn't always have stickers on it. So for a while it was just whatever. I just picked it up and drew in it. So that's why, and I still do that with sketchbooks to this day. Everything will be upside down and backwards and whatever. Let me take a look at these characters. I'm pretty sure, well, that's Moon. Moon moment. He looks like this. I actually drew him pretty recently. He's a character I really enjoy. This is Twilight, I think also, but looking really emo. Zan from last time. Lots of Zan appearances. Friendly reminder, this is what he looks like. Wow, he looks so good now. I think I was trying something. Oh boy, do I love a hatching shading technique, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing. You still don't, girl. Basically an ambitious child? I could not tell you what that means. That's Nightburst. I know that. He's still around. That's Ink. Ink and Zan, you know, they're getting their attention, getting the art they deserve. I don't wonder, there's no chance I use the reference for this. Because heaven forbid I use a reference. Holy moly, guys, it's Josh Dunn. Yay! Oh, it's not great. It's okay. I love 21 Pilots, guys. Here's some examples of my click art, because I love 21 Pilots. And Josh is so hard to draw, but I'd argue I sometimes have a harder time with Tyler. I would say Tyler might be the harder of the two to draw. I don't know, it depends. They're both hard to draw. Got a melty girl for some reason. We've got some wolf. Kind of scary. Kind of scary. Don't know what's going on there. Okay, I know what this is. I have one friend, maybe two, two friends. I have two friends that are gonna be excited about this because this was like, we were trying to collab on coming up with like a fantasy type story, whatever. And these are some of the characters. I was like, I'll do art and come up with character stuff, whatever. And we were just trying to like, you know, make a world, make a story. And did much come out of it? No. But, you know, we had fun doing it while we did it, you know. My character that I was like the character that I came up with is this one in the corner here. That's Lyle. I'm impressed that I still know his name. And he's a werewolf. Who would have thought? Who would have guessed I would have made a werewolf character? And that's Lyle, crocodile, I guess. What else can I point out? I don't know what these are. I guess these are just like idea things. I actually have no idea what they are. Sometimes you just be drawing stuff. This was the main character, I think. I think her name was Esme. But I'm not sure. I think that's who that is. Yep. And she had a dragon. So I was drawing dragons and a girl. And I think this guy over in the corner was going to be like one of the antagonists, but he was like a kid. You know what? If I'm totally honest, a character I have now is probably what became of him. That character will be here soon. I'll point him out. I'll say probably a lot of the ideas that were coming around from this character turned into this other character. If just going off of what I've done with both of those character ideas, they're similar. There's a lot of overlap, so I wouldn't be surprised. There's a possum. I actually still really like this guy. He looks good. I like possums. I think these are like thumbnail ideas for that same story. I can tell, because that's Lyle again. I still like that character design, like the character design I ended up doing for him. He absolutely does not have any like context or story or anything, so I don't use them anymore. To my 2 friends out there who I will send this video to, should we go back to it? Should we do it again? Let's do it again. Let's keep going. Let's bring it back. Again, upside down. I draw things upside down all the time. I promise you my sketchbook is not upside down. I'm drawing upside down. Some more character. I think none of these are things that still exist. I think this was all just like ideas I had to get down and out of my brain. And I don't think they ended up going anywhere. I know that I think I'm just like yapping about stuff I have. Yeah. I was having dreams that would be like that were very vivid. And I was like, I'm into like whatever story my brain is telling me in these dreams. And I think that these are what they were. And they all loosely had something to do with wires. Remember the wire elbow kid in the first video? I'll show it to you here. This kid. Was the first dream I had that I was like, that's cool. I took parts of that concept and put it into something else. But for a while, I was like, what if I do something with that? And I didn't. I think this is for that story I had with my friends again. I like her. She's cute. Oh boy, I was not drawing good. It happens. You know what? Arms are impossible to draw. Clearly, I couldn't do it. Just don't draw hands. Only draw faces. Don't do that. I think this is looking art blocky. This is looking art blocky. Oh my god. Of course I drew my persona crying because of Star Wars. Don't even worry about it. Makes me so emotional. That's so funny. I think that straight up is Rey from Star Wars. I think that's Luna and Twilight. I don't know. This was me babysitting and drawing with kids, so just ignore all of that. Oh boy. Okay, so in the last video I talked about a character I had from a dream and that character leading into a story, right? And I was very excited because that's something I have. That story I have is called Menagerie Released. That's just kind of it's the title, but it's also kind of a working title because the more I think about it, the more stupid it is. But that's just what I call it. And if you want to learn about it, the most information I have about it is on my toy house, which I'll link in the description if anybody wants to go check out my toy house. It's kind of a hot mess. But yeah, I know for a fact that this page is me working on those characters. And essentially, the idea is there are these like, I'm going to put quotations because it's like they're godlike, but they're not gods. I call them founders. They're basically like immortals that are like tied in with animals. So everybody's got an associated animal. The dream that I have in that character from the beginning was Ness. Her name is Ness Pescora, and she is the sheep founder, or like a lamb or whatever. There was another sheep founder before her, but that was part of the dream. That's all. This is all still like, this is part of the story. I just need to like actually flesh it out and draw the characters again and formally design them right now. We've got sheep founder, there's a deer, there's a raven. She doesn't look like that anymore, I know that. So it's fun, there's animals, there's a wolf, there's a fox, obviously. Come on now, you thought there wasn't gonna be a wolf involved in this? No, that's not, there always is a wolf involved. I think this was also me trying to figure out, like, okay, how do I want characters to look? This is another D&D character I tried to make. Unfortunately, it was, again, my friends and I. It just ain't gonna happen. There's a little villain. There's that D&D character again. I think that, straight up think that's Lego She from Beastars. What can you do? That was bound to happen. There's me more coming up with these characters for the story. Ink, maybe, question mark? Yeah, it is, because there's Zan. There's Ink and Zan. Draw them a lot. And then, I swear to you, for like years, there was like nothing. And then I've just recently been like, you know what? They need to come back. So that's the Raven one. Her name is Branwen. Branwen Rapp is her name. The last names are very important because it gets to a point, like, this is the beginning. The, like, real story that I pay attention to takes place in the future with all their descendants. So the last names are super important. Farron Connor is the wolf. And I guess I'm trying to figure out what he looks like. I have, like, an idea in my head, but I don't know how to, like, portray it. This is that D&D character again. Saga is her name. Don't know what's going on there. I don't remember her deal at all. These are my wolves. And I drew in pen, guys. That's Sizzle. That's Luna. That's Twilight. That's Moon. So I love these characters so much. They're my favorites. Luna and Twilight are, like, my main, like, OC couple that I am just obsessed with. I love them so much. And then Twilight's brother is Moon. Moon and Luna also have, like, an interesting relationship. So I usually will draw the three of them together. I draw the three of them together a lot. Or, you know, these two. Their ship name is Tuna, by the way. We love Tuna. Tuna household. And Moon's also there. That's the whole dynamic. This is more of that story with my friends, except, no, it's not. This is. That's Lyle. That's Esme. That's that other character. I think his name is Orpheus. Love it. I was gonna say, I think this is the dragon for Esme's dragon. No. This one might be Esme's dragon. I think this one is Zan. But I'm not sure. Zan is a shapeshifter, so he's got, like, a human form, a wolf form, and a dragon form. And I can never figure out how I want him to look as a dragon. I don't know why. Don't know why he makes it so difficult for me. Back with the wolves. With my wolf story, like with these guys. That's a multi-generational story. So first gen is Luna, her story, and then she has kids, and then her kids have kids. But this is the, like, her kids have kids generation that I still, to this day, I'm still working out their whole deal. My generations are also weird because some of the generations are not directly, like, it's not generational exactly because there's some, like, things that don't quite line up. Gen 4 is what I would technically call this group of wolves in the Moon Cursed pack. I know that I've drawn Loon's design for sure. She's based off of the bird that makes the cool noise and carries the babies on the back. I love Loons. I think they're really cool bird. So I just straight up made a wolf after one. I really think Loon's the only one I have, like, an 100% confirmed character design for. But that also might change. I've been in the mood to switch things up with my characters, so we'll see. That's Nightburst. Do you remember me? I do. I think you're supposed to be Kari. Smoke is here as a man. I think that's Kari again. Lots of Kari action. I didn't even know that I had that. I don't think he looks like this anymore. And Nightburst action. They're both kind of like, Kari's for sure like a baddie, like a villain. But Nightburst is more of like a, I don't want to say anti-hero, but he's like a protagonist at one point, but he sucks at it. So he's also like not a good dude. I loved Nightburst a lot as a character for a long, long time. And it got to a point where I'd grown up and I realized, oh, no, wait, he's not a good guy. So I'm not as into him anymore. But I still really love Nightburst. I just, the point that his character got to was, I was like, that's too far. So I've gone back and I'm like, he has a little bit, he mellows out, essentially. Oh, I think, so you know what these are? This, I think, should probably date when this all happened, because I think these are Animal Crossing codes for clothes, because I had gotten the new Animal Crossing, at the time, newest Animal Crossing game. I think it is still, I think they still only have the one. I don't know. Don't keep up with Nintendo very much. But yeah, I got a Switch and I got Animal Crossing, and that must have been probably right at the beginning of ye old COVID era. So there you go. We've hit 2020. This is it. And I'm drawing my boys. Let me analyze here. That's Twilight. That's Twilight. That's Sizzle, but green. Villain. That's Moon. That's Twilight. We're getting into my people drawing era. These are actually like not terrible like anymore. We're getting somewhere. It's really sketchy. And I drew really dark lines, which I still kind of do, but like, especially, this is probably the worst paper ever. I don't know why I was like, gripping the pencil. Smooch! Oh my gosh. We'll see if that ever happens again. I must have been feeling romantic. It's Tuna. Tuna gets me. Tuna always gets me, okay? They're cutie. There's Moon. I like to draw him. I don't know who that is, but I drew it in pen. Be proud of me. That is, his name is Gingerblaze. He is Nightburst's brother. He looks like this. I haven't drawn him in a while, so this is probably really old, but he looks like this. I had another dream, and I wrote it down. I want to see if it's similar to, I saw that it says zombie story, and I want to see if it's at all similar to my story now that is like a zombie story. That's too many characters already. Too big of a lineup. Okay, no, it's nothing. It's nothing like it. But, see, I'm drawing a little zombie guy. I'm getting somewhere. This makes me so excited. Okay, this is my character, Thanatos. And this is the first ever time I drew him. Wow. He was born here. This is my most recent drawing of him. And he is super evil. Don't like him. He's a bad guy. He's the villain of the story. And I think I was trying to come up with other stuff. There he is again. As I figure out what he looks like. And look, there's that other character I kept hinting at in the last video. His like design idea becomes what Thanatos. Thanatos become him. Thanatos is the main antagonist of Menagerie Released. He is really bad. He is a founder like the other animal founders, but he's not a founder associated with an animal. He's more associated with reapers, which are, well, I guess you could say he's like the founder of death. But the reapers in the story are kind of like vampire. Think vampire, but different. Think vampire, essentially. And his like whole thing is like, well, when the founders came into the world, that introduced a ton of like random magic stuff and kind of messed up how the world was working naturally. And so his whole thing is like, I'm the founder of death. I should be, I think my role here in the world is to fix the problem of there being founders. So my job is to get rid of all the founders. And that's his goal. But also he's like vampire, so he's like killing people and stuff. He's a bad dude. But boy, is he fun to draw. These two characters look nice. I'm just going to put that, like, I think her hair looks very cute. And then some furry things. I don't know what I was doing here. I was drawing furry monster looking things. And that's what I like to do. They look fun. I just don't know what they would be for. So, oh, I'm so excited again. My characters. Here's dragons. That one looks fun. But again, I have a really hard time drawing dragons, so. This is the exciting part. Okay, ignore my dragons. Zayla's back. This is like his most recent ref is what he looks like now. Villain again in the corner. But the important part here is Aiden. This is my first time drawing Aiden, and Aiden is one of the protagonists of Menagerie Released. He is also a Reaper. That's important, and he is related. I'm just gonna say related. It's very complicated how he's related, and it's like, it's whatever. But he's related to Thanatos. He's got like, he's ticking all the boxes of like rare stuff in the world. He's my little special boy, okay? This is what he looks like now. So fun. I did his ref not too long ago as well. And he hasn't changed all that much. This is Lee. This is the first time drawing her. She's another one of the, there's kind of like three main protagonists. It's Aiden, Lee, and Hadrian. Yes, Hadrian. And so there's Lee. This is the first time drawing her. This is what she looks like. She is another descendant. She's the descendant of the fox founder and is a shifter, which means she can turn into a fox. There's Thanatos again. Yay! He's looking extra unhinged here. There's a Ness. There's Branwen. She's the Raven Mage. Okay, so he's Raven and Wolf and also kind of sheep. He's got a lot going on. But his mom is the Raven founder. So that's his closest founding descendant ancestor. That's Twilight, but I just took that one screen cap of Hal from Hal's Moving Castle and drew him, but I drew him naked for some reason. Don't worry about it. There's Lee again. I have a friend, and he's gonna know who this is. Actually, I have a lot of friends that should know who this is, and if y'all do, you should comment on this video. And because it's gonna kill one of my friends. That's an old reference. And then some ladies and villain. Oh wow, I got really okay. So this is when I start to go nuts over Menagerie Released, and you can tell I'm really into working on this story. That's Aiden. He looks more like, that's Aiden again. He's starting to like come into his own. That first drawing of him was like, eh. This is like, he's starting to become the character that he is. There's some doggies. Neva was a completely scrapped character at this point. She might come back, but I don't think she will. She was supposed to be kind of like a fourth, but not really. I just got rid of her because she wasn't really adding anything to the story. So there's Hadrian. Hadrian's here! He is so hard to draw. If I had to say any of my characters who I like can never consistently draw how I want them to look, it's Hadrian. I don't know why. He is so difficult for me. He is wolf shifter. So Farron Connor is the wolf founder, and he's like his grandson, I guess. Just coming up, trying to come up with more ideas, drawing some stuff. I like this little sketch down here in the corner. I draw Aiden a lot, actually. He's a fun one to draw. That one's Hadrian. I bet that's also supposed to be Aiden. That's villain. That's me if I was in Attack on Titan. That's another show that I get. Oh boy, do I love Attack on Titan. We might see, there might be some evidence of that to come. Upside down, completely upside down. Okay, we're gonna do a quick flip. So these are my werewolves, like Luna, Twilight, Moon. I'm gonna assume that's Redwing maybe, and Cora, but where the heck is Lunar? This is Lunar Eraser. He's like one of the main guys. What was I doing? Clearly I'm getting into the, you know, my werewolf characters. They're wolves and now they're people. Good. And Aiden. And that's Lee. Aiden's a short king, by the way. We love him. He's just a kid. He's just a little guy. There's reasons for it, though. Lore reasons. Yeah, I'm seeing my Attack on Titan influence. We're just gonna ignore it. Villain. Of course. We'll never stop drawing villains. Just like random character stuff. Like, I don't even know who that is. That's Zan. Zan is here. Stitch is here. Stitch. Good. No comment. Murder is interesting. That's an interesting thing to write. Somebody should check up on me. I think it's to do with Stitch because he goes a little cuckoo bananas sometimes. He's not like that anymore. He's fine. He's chilling. I think I just he used to be such like a vent character for me in like middle school. And that kind of like lasted a bit. And now I'm like, no, I just want the best for him. This is what he looks like, by the way. He's cute. He's my little guy. He just got a redesign too. So, which was very hard for me to do because I was actually like fine with how he looked before, but it's whatevs. Okay, I looked at references for once in my life and I drew them. Great. Practice is good. I should do that more. Did I? No. What did I do instead? Try to come up with character stuff. I drew my characters a million times without knowing how to, properly draw. It's fine. Okay, so we've got me as in Attack on Titan again with 21 Pilots lyrics. Ooh! That's me entirely. That's all you need to know about me. What a combo. Good times. I love that, actually. It's a little baby Thanatos. And a Thanatos. And a Thanatos with a forehead. And then this is a character that I switched to iPads. I couldn't decide. I changed what he looks like, and my friend is really upset about it because she really liked this character, and I changed him. I changed him on her. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I like him better now. Yeah, I'm looking over here and I'm like, my art's looking better. So I actually don't have that much left. I think I probably get to a point where I got to college and quit using the sketchbook. So that's why it's not complete. We'll get there. There's that character again, it's Azrael. He is part of Menage Released. He is the possum founder, which is why he's so important to me because I love possums and I needed him to be really good. And he wasn't quite checking the boxes at the time. He still looks fine, but, this is supposed to be like lady villain. Doesn't look good. No. Twilight? Good. There's Lunar. Finally, sweet baby Lunar is here. Yeah, he's so cute. I like this drawing. There's Moon. More Attack on Titan. The Attack on Titan I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make my like a self-insert Attack on Titan OC. It's also gonna be Luna. It's fine. I can't do like self-insert OCs. I just make it Luna every time. But I was also like, she's got to be a Titan shifter. So yeah, that's where my brain was at the time, by the way. Here's Luna again. That looks good. I can like see my style now in the art. Like I'm recognizing it. It's good. Let's see. That's Smoke. That's Lunar. That's Moon. That's Twilight. That's Twilight. That's Moon. That's Villain. These are not... We lost it a little bit. He's a cute little chibi, I guess. I also got it that, I do like My Hero Academia. And I think the manga wasn't ending at this point. I don't know. Maybe I just, caught up at this point. Because I drew them at, what if they were My Hero... Twilight and Luna, by the way. What if Twilight and Luna were My Hero characters? And I kind of tried to emulate the style a little bit. I'm looking at it, I was like, that's not what my art style looks like. Just thinking things. It's fun to combine things you're interested in with your characters. Stop! Oh my gosh! That's what an interesting way I drew him. Okay, so for context, I love Soul Eater. Stein is my favorite character. Stein's one of my favorite characters in media ever. I'm obsessed with him. This is my most recent fan art of Stein. I think it looks really good. This is probably one of the first times I drew Stein. So, things have changed. I guess I was really having a Stein moment because Stitch is here too. Stitch existed a long, 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 long time before Stein did. Just, the Stitch motif. Had to draw. I think that's Aiden again, but he didn't really look like that Anymore. This is another character I think I started to think up and then haven't really done anything with. Thumbnails for something, I guess. The art is looking a lot better, I must say. I do think I was in college at this point. So we got, this is like 4 years of art. But again, this isn't my only sketchbook, so. Guys, that's so sad. Oh my gosh. That's Technoblade. I also had a really big Dream SMP phase in college, in my freshman year of college, because I didn't have any friends. So I had minimal friends. I didn't do much. And so I got really attached to like Dream SMP stuff, and Technoblade was my favorite. So you can only imagine how well that went for me. But I like seeing Technoblade. I like that I have been able to like look through sketchbooks and see that I drew Techno a few times. So that is fun. What am I saying? I'm absolute garbage, but I'm learning to like it. This is, I think, me being ashamed of drawing Dream SMP fan art. But now I don't care. I'm not super into it anymore. A lot of stuff has happened since. It's been years though. So, and you know what? I'm fine with being whatever I'm into now. It's good. You can be a nerd, Luna. You are allowed. There's Twilight. I'll go back to talking about my art. There's Twilight. There's Twilight. There's Zale. He looks good here. He's that kind of works. I'm like, that might be the one. If I ever go back and try to draw Zale again, I might try to come back and reference this. There's Luna, again with my self-inserts if she was a Jedi. So we've got, what have we had? We've had Attack on Titan, we've had Star Wars, and we've had My Hero, right? Star Wars. This is, I got a Soul Eater OC. This one is like probably my only OC that's not Luna. My self-insert OC, the only time I've done a self-insert that's not Luna. Her name is Rue. She's a witch, but she works at the DWMA. And that's all you need to know about her. Except for the fact, let's also remember who my favorite character is. Okay, got it. Good. That's all you need to know. But I love Rue. So this is when I kind of got into, like, I've got a lot of characters, I got a lot of worlds. What if I started to combine them? So I've got this kind of like anthropomorphic AU that's kind of like